the iconic model of the brand Hublot, and I would say even an iconic model that will remain in the watch history. This year we have another commemoration. This time it's more an iconic concept. And the iconic concept is the all-black concept, what we call the invisible visibility. So in 2006 we came with this watch that was totally black, the Big Bang, and we call it the all-black, and since then, 10 years already, we came with many models throughout the different last 10 years, and you will see outside of the booth the history of those 10 years of the all-black. This concept is revolutionary, it's totally creative, totally innovative, and I would say that it's almost a philosophy, and for that, to explain a bit more what is behind the all-black concept, the philosophy, I would like to invite the Hublot chairman, president of LVMH Watch Division, Jean-Claude Biverem.
Thank you, Ricardo. Yes, the all-black concept has a wonderful history. I asked a watchmaker in 2006 to make a watch that would be black. Not the dial, not the hands, not the indexes, not the case, but everything, including the movement. And I told him, I want a watch where you cannot see what time it is. And the boss was Mr. Jolidon, Ricardo remembers. And Mr. Jolidon was already 70 years old. And he said, if you ask this, I will retire. I told him, you are already retired. You are 70 years old. He said, but listen, this is unfair. I have been fighting all my life for accuracy. I have been fighting all my life to make watches where you can immediately read what time it is. I said, yes, this was the past. Today, the young generation, the future, they buy a watch for many other reasons than to tell you what time it is. Because if people would buy a watch, an expensive watch, to know what time it is, nobody would buy an expensive watch. Because there are so many other features in an expensive watch than just to read what time it is. It's like painting. You know, the Impressionists, when they paint, it's not exactly the reality. When Picasso paints a head that looks like a triangle, we all know no head looks like a triangle. So he made it nevertheless. And when he came out, I asked Ricardo, I said, listen, look what that. And Ricardo said, wow, this is a killer. So we all believed it is a killer. And then we had people inside the company said, no, you two guys, Ricardo and Jean-Claude, you are crazy. You should not do it. We said, okay, let's do 250 pieces. Because they put us some doubt. When everybody tells you that's crazy, we had doubts. And because of the doubt, we made 250 pieces. And we sold 2,700. We sold 2,700 watches when the limited edition was 250. It was the biggest frustration because in 2006, we needed turnover. We needed to develop the brand. And we said, how can we do that? To make 2,700 instead of 250. And we found no solution. So the first edition stayed limited at 250, and we canceled 2,450 orders. It was the biggest cancellation of orders we ever had done in our history. And that's how the connected watch started.
Wow! That's fantastic. You know, I was the whole morning with people telling me the connected one, the connected one. And that's so whoever wants to know something about the connected watch, you come make that to Time Oil, okay? So that's how the story
of the All Black started. And I must say, the day I retire, which is in 8 years, in 8 years I'm going to retire, and in 8 years I will never forget the All Black, because we created a trend. It's the first time in my life that we were able to create a trend that was followed by all the people of the watch industry. And today, there is not one brand that has not done an all-black watch. So you see, to celebrate these 10 years, I think the all-black deserves a celebration. And for the celebration, if Ricardo and myself would have a lot of courage, we would have done a box with the 10 different all-black watches, and we would have sold the box 100,000 Swiss francs, and we should have made 250 pieces, 250 boxes, and we would have done an enormous turnover. But we said no, let's do it low profile, and let's just celebrate the 10 years of the All Black. So that's the story, Ricardo. The show is yours. I go back and listen. Ricardo.
Thank you very much. So for this Basel Fair, we have, let's say, 6 news, 6 moments that I would like to tell you. And for the All Black, we have tried, to find something different, because to find a new model in All Black is not easy. So we have decided really to work on material, and the beginning of this year, we came with the Big Bang Sapphire, full transparent sapphire that we present during our Geneva days in January, and we said to ourselves for the All Black, what can we do different? So instead of being totally black, we decided to use sapphire for the new All Black model that we are presenting at this Basel Fair, and it's a sapphire smoked. So at the end, in fact, it's all black, but you can see through. So there is transparency in the model, and I think that the result is quite incredible. And sapphire is really a new material in which we believe, and we've been able, as a brand, to really industrialize sapphire. We've invested a lot in research and development, in machines, in molds, in tools, in people to be able to really produce not only 1, 2, 3 watches in sapphire, but 500 in transparent sapphire and 500 pieces in all black sapphire. So we've been a bit more ambitious than 10 years ago. It's going to be a limited edition of 500 pieces in all black sapphire. That's the commemorative piece for the All Black 10 years. Second moment, very important for Hublot this year, as you know, first brand to enter football. In 2006, we did a small deal with the Swiss national team for the World Cup. We are official timekeeper of the Euro 2008, of the FIFA World Cup 2010, Euro 2012, and this year we're going to be the official timekeeper of the Euro organized in France in 2016. And for that, we're going to do, of course, a huge activation. We'll have the 4th referee with the famous board shaped like a watch, like a Big Bang with a Hublot brand on it. And we decided to do a campaign, Hublot Loves Football. So this time we did it in 2014, but in 2016 we wanted to use legends of football from Europe, and we will unveil this campaign during this Basel Fair, and we will have a football moment on Friday here at 11 with our Mr. Hublot of football, who is Michel Pont, the former head coach of Switzerland for 12 years. And we will have moments from different players, different coaches like Roy Hodgson from England, like Rio Ferdinand from England, like Karl-Heinz Rummenigge from Germany, like Lukas Podolski also from Germany, like David Trezeguet from France, who won the Euro in 2000, like Shaqiri from Switzerland, like also a referee like Nicola Rizzoli, and this moment is going to be presented on Friday. Third moment, and the third, let's say, important announcement is going more in lifestyle. So lifestyle, no style, no future, we can say. So style is everything for Hublot, and we wanted to use a traditional material like the leather. Leather is used in the watch industry since many years, decades, and we wanted to do something special. So for us, we said, how can we identify a leather on a watch? And we said to ourselves, there is an incredible brand in our group, the image, which is Berluti. So we asked to Antoine Arnaud, the president of Berluti, let's do a watch together. And he said, yes, why not? Let's do it. And we're presenting at this Basel Fair a result of a watch between the fusion of the iconic leather from Berluti, the famous patin that they have created by Olga Berluti. And we will present two leathers, iconic leathers. One is the famous Venezia, it's a calf leather with this patin and the scritto inspired from the calligraphy of the 18th century. It's a tobacco color. And the other one is a nero grigio, black color, which is inspired more by the scar, by the scarification from the African tribes. So it's quite also interesting. It's a nero grigio patin. And the result is quite incredible, and these watches will be presented in the Classic Fusion collection because more chic, more elegant, but I think that the result is incredible, and the watch will be delivered with a special shoebox, of course, of Berluti with all the products that you need to shine your leather. So I think there the result is quite incredible. Then continuing in lifestyle, we had last year Italian Independent with Lapo Elkan, the infinite creator of ideas, let's say, that will be present here tomorrow to present the new editions of Italian Independent. So the idea from Lapo was this time to use digital camouflage. So we come with three watches, a military green, a blue-gray color, and a gold black that you can see on the screens here. And Lapo will be here tomorrow at 4 o'clock to do his press conference together with us to announce those three models that will be delivered with three new sunglasses created by himself and Italian Independent. So that's for the lifestyle. And then we don't forget the woman, of course, because we had an incredible success by creating the Tutty Frutty collection, the color collection that came a few years ago. And we're working on materials. Linen is another material, 100% Swiss made. It comes from Grison, from the earth to the watch. And we decided to create a collection of Tutti Frutti in linen, case in linen, dial in linen, strap in linen in different colors, 4 colors, ocean blue, turquoise, orange, and purple. And I think the result is quite incredible. And this is really the type of watches that Hublot can sell to women. This is something that doesn't exist really in the watch industry. And last but not least, of course, we are doing a lot of research and development on the materials. As you know, we have invented the magic gold, the jeans, the embroidery last year, the linen. And this year, we wanted to work also on the movement side, so we decided to really create this time, after the Unico, which is our in-house movement, a 10 days power reserve mechanical movement. So for us, we really work inspired by the famous Meccano. I think that some childs, maybe when you were in your childhood, everybody worked on those games where you construct mechanical constructions, and I think it gives a lot of identity to the watch, so no more dial, strong identity through this Meccano inspiration, manual winding, because we believe that the link between the human being and the watch, this link to wind the watch, to give birth, to give life to the watch is important. So when you have 10 days of power reserve, of course, you don't need to be self-winding. And I think that's really all the mechanics on the dial side. I think the result is quite interesting. So that's for this year. I'm sure we have here a few pieces in the window. And I think that in these more difficult moments that maybe the watch industry is living, I think we come with a lot of creativity. As Mr. Biver says, no innovation, no future. I think that we are very innovative, and I think we have the tools really to be even stronger in those more difficult moments. So that's it. I think we're finished for the presentation. I will maybe invite again Jean-Claude if you have some questions. Thank you.
Yes, I want to say bravo, Ricardo. Great collection, I must say. And as you said, it's the best time for us now to lead creativity. When the market is difficult, only creativity can bring customers to buy. And we have this creativity. But thanks God, Hublot was up in January and was up in February, which means the market is probably down, but we are up. So bravo, Ricardo, for being up in the 2 first months of the year. I don't think many brands will be up. There will be a few, and I'm proud that Hublot is one of the few. So, that's it. Questions? No, you don't have? Then move on. Now, let's be serious. If there are some questions, Ricardo and myself we'll be happy to answer any question.
Since you mentioned the connected watch,
Will there be a Hublot connected in the near future?
Yes and no. Why no? Hublot is artisan, is creator of eternity. Every Hublot watch is eternal. In 1,000 years it will work. In 1,000 years it will be, anybody will be able to repair. Will a connected watch be eternal? No. Technology will kill. Technology kills yesterday. But Hublot never kills yesterday. Hublot makes yesterday eternal. So the two cannot work together. It's like a glass of wine and a glass of water. In most of the restaurants, they give you 2 glasses because it's not good to put the Bordeaux wine and the water in the same glass. It doesn't make much sense. That's why in a nice French restaurant, you have always 2 glasses. So Hublot cannot put a connected watch on his concept. But on the bracelet, why not? Because Hublot has this incredible patent to change directly bracelets. On the Hublot watches, you can change your bracelet by yourself. Anybody, the child can change. So, to have a connected watch on the bracelet, that's a great idea. As soon as the screens are flexible, that can be possible. All right.
Okay, so we can have a nice champagne now, some maybe cheese for Mr. Beaver.
Cheese from my farm is there. Champagne from LVMH is also there.
And it's free.
So let's enjoy. Thank you.